Hello everyone, welcome to this presentation on the social media audit for the organization Marine Museum of Manitoba. This presentation has been put together by Helene Bashlani, Kelia Gaye Dunbar, Preran Kumar Kurnool, and Diana Moore. Before we hit upon this organization, our team went through a number of websites and put our suggestions to vote. To keep us challenged, we chose an organization with little social media presence and operating on a tight budget. To understand the current state of the organization with respect to social media presence, we combed through their website and current social media channels such as Facebook and TripAdvisor. The Marine Museum of Manitoba, established in 1972, is a non-profit organization working towards preservation of ships, artifacts, and items related to marine life on Lake Winnipeg. Its activities are largely funded through donations from local businesses, governmental agencies, ticket sales, and reservations for its banquet halls. The Halloween event, hosted on its many boats, contributes significantly to online tickets and sales. The Marine Museum of Manitoba is located at Selkirk, Manitoba, Canada. Based on our research of the organization through the internet, we understand that the museum is frequented by students and teachers, local and external tourists, boat enthusiasts, senior citizens, corporate organizations and party planners, and volunteers. While this business objective is not made explicit on the organization's website, we believe that this objective we came up with would take its business forward. Our business objective was to fund new boat restorations and generate additional revenue through increased ticket sales, donations, and banquet hall reservations. These are the conclusions we came up with after a comprehensive review of the social channels of Marine Museum of Manitoba. They have an insignificant social media presence. They do not have an official Facebook page or a Twitter handle. Posts on their unofficial properties are not responded to by any of the organization's volunteers. Their unofficial Facebook page for Halloween attracts traffic during the season. The museum is listed at number 3 for things to do at Selkirk, Manitoba. Our research indicates that the Marine Museum of Manitoba faces competition from the Winnipeg Railway Museum, the Royal Aviation Museum, and the Manitoba Museum. The unofficial Facebook page for the Marine Museum fares marginally better against competition. The Marine Museum does not have a Twitter handle. The followers on its unofficial Instagram page is insignificant with respect to competition. The site doesn't score hugely on TripAdvisor either.
Let's take some time to understand the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats the Marine Museum of Manitoba currently face. Sometimes hearing your weaknesses can be a bitter pill to swallow, but as Michael Jordan once said, my attitude is that if you push me towards something that you think is a weakness, then I will turn that perceived weakness into a strength. We think it's important Marine Museum understand some of these weaknesses, and through our recommendations, we hope to make these weaknesses a strength. Some of the strengths the Marine Museum currently faces includes positive feedback from visitors on its Halloween Facebook page. TripAdvisor currently ranks it as a great place to visit in Falkirk, and there is much scope for better visual content through the Marine Museum, through the pictures, videos, and live streaming opportunities available. Weaknesses, however, include number one, there's no official Twitter handle or Facebook page. There's no engagement with visitors and followers. Pictures are few and are of poor quality. There is only seasonal postings during Halloween and summer, and there lacks year-long engagement with the Marine Museum socially, and there's no in-house social media expertise. Opportunities, on the other hand, include the ability to reach to a global boating community and global boating enthusiasts through social media, and also there is visual content consumption continues to be on the increase with users, and given the quality of artifacts that the museum currently holds, there is a lot of opportunity for the museum to really showcase its artifacts. Threats, on the other hand, include competition from bigger players such as the Manitoba Museum, the Royal Aviation Museum of Western Canada, and Winnipeg Railway Museum, which have strong followers. And consumers are prioritizing their visits and donations through feedback on social media. Many visit social media and see user feedback before making the trip out to various museums.
So based on all this information analysis, we've now established our goal and objectives. Our goal is to increase donations and revenue to Marine Museum of Manitoba through a global outreach to boat enthusiasts using social media channels. For our objectives, we focus on outcome and output objectives, which all of these are to be attained by the end of the year, December 31st, 2017. Our first outcome objective is to position Marine Museum of Manitoba as a premier historical site and a must-visit tourist spot in Manitoba for local and outstation visitors by evaluating the number of mentions of #BoatifulLife. We're anticipating to reach 2,500 mentions by the end of the year. Our second outcome objective is to position Marine Museum of Manitoba to be a unique and attractive spot for hosting parties, conferences, and events among party enthusiasts and businesses and the general public, and we'll be evaluating this by measuring the increase in traffic to the site, and our goal is to reach 40% by the end of the year, thanks to all the social media efforts that we'll be doing. Looking at our output objectives, again focused on achieving these by the end of the year, we'll be looking to increasing operating revenues by 30%, increasing volunteer hours by 10%, and also increasing the general donations from the public by 25%. And more specifically to social media, our output objectives here are to achieve followership for Facebook by 1,500 followers, Instagram by 1,500 as well, and Twitter by 1,000 followers, all by the end of December 31st, 2017. In terms of strategy, we're looking to create an official social properties for Marine Museum of Manitoba and use #BoatifulLife to help popularize the organization among online boating and party enthusiasts. We want to create a team that engages with them on these channels in ways that generate revenue through donations and reservations.
Let's now take a look at all the tactics that we're going to recommend to the Marine Museum of Manitoba. Firstly, getting internal buy-in is very, very important. You need to achieve this before you can go forward with all the strategies and plans that have been developed. So, what's required? It's important to have a meeting with the board members of the Marine Museum in order for them to understand the goals and the strategy of the social media plan. You need to demonstrate to the board how social media will expand the reach of the organization with minimal investment, so you have to show them the real benefits. You need to brainstorm with members before finalizing the plan. Those are all the employees and volunteers who work with the museum. And then a social champion needs to be identified. This will ensure smooth transition and implementation. The next step would be to create your seed team. That is, the persons who will be in charge of planning and organizing and executing the social media program. This organizational chart demonstrates the flow of communication that would be required. The social media coordinator would of course report to the board of directors so that they are always kept abreast of what the plans and strategies and executions will be. But the social media coordinator will need support. This is where the Marine Museum can lean on their volunteers. Those with expertise in photography and videography can contribute in terms of building content for the page. So what exactly will the social media coordinator do? This will be a volunteer who has experience in social media preferably, or even PR, and they will be responsible for content and engagement strategies and coordination of activities across the website and the social channels. They will also be responsible for utilizing social media management softwares to help collect data, provide analysis, schedule posts, and monitor conversations. This is very important so that they are able to gather data, analyze it, and report to the board of directors the success of each social media initiative. With all our internal stakeholders on board and in place, the next phase would be to update all the digital properties to improve communication to our external stakeholders. This will be achieved by firstly updating the website to make it more user-friendly and attractive to a global audience. The layout needs to be responsive, especially in regards to mobile, and the content needs to be approved in order to attract tourists and event planners. An official Facebook page for the Marine Museum needs to be launched, and the existing Instagram page must be revamped and updated. A Twitter handle will be created at Marine Manitoba, and the hashtag Beautiful Life will be used in all communications. Once this is done, all the social properties will be linked. Content is very important. So firstly, a content calendar focusing on the peak seasons for the museum will be created. Images and videos of restorations in process, parties and banquets will be shared across all digital media. Facebook Live events will be hosted. Names of significant donors will be engraved and used as murals on their boats and around the locations of the property, as well as a newsletter will be created and circulated in the area on boat care tips, the history of boating, and nautical advancements. Most importantly, we're going to share. We're going to encourage visitors to post images and to share their marine museum experience on review sites such as TripAdvisor, as well as Facebook and Instagram. We're going to invite boat owners to share images of their boats, past or present, and their sailing stories with the use of the hashtag Beautiful Life. And last but not least, we will organize a new set of events. This will attract even more visitors to the museum and ensure that there's a constant flow of revenue and donations coming into the museum.
We now move on to the most important section, measuring the impact of all social media actions against their objectives. We propose that a report of the described metrics be made available to all board members on the 5th of every month, beginning June 2017, when the social properties will be fully functional. Metrics on Facebook will be collected using their Platform Insights page. Twitter data will be collected using the free version of Hootsuite, and Instagram data using Simply Measured, which is again a free software available to all users. For content creation, we propose a weekly target of 5 Facebook and Instagram posts and 5 tweets, and an average weekly target of 10 tweets by visitors to the museum. For measuring awareness, we are looking at the following metrics: 1,000 likes for Facebook page by December 2017. By the same time frame, we are looking at 1,000 followers on Twitter and 1,500 on Instagram. 2,500 mentions for the hashtag Beautiful Life on Twitter and Instagram, and 40% month-on-month improvement in unique visitor count to the museum website. To measure engagement, we are looking at all the 3 channels. For Facebook, 600 comments and replies, 1,000 unique visitor engagements. For Twitter, we are looking at 500 retweets and 250 replies, and for Instagram, 600 likes. To measure the improvement in volunteering hours, we are looking at 7% increasing in volunteering hours by August and 10% before the beginning of Halloween, the peak season for the organization. And finally, the most important metric, improvements to donations and ticket sales because of the implemented strategy. We are looking at 5% month-on-month improvement in donations and 10% month-on-month improvement in ticket sales and banquet hall bookings for the organization by the end of the year. Thank you for your interest in the presentation. Have a wonderful day.